My favorite thing in the entire world is when I film a video and I sit down, take the SD card, put it in my computer, and begin to edit, and notice that I didn't even film a video. I just turned the camera on and forgot to hit the record button. 10 minutes of your life you'll never get back, Steele. Congratulations. So this video is just plain and simple. I just want to take a second to talk about Peter McKinnon's vlog titled How to Vlog. And the reason I want to talk about it is because it is spot on. And what is so spot on is his analogy when it comes to the sea-doo. So his video is not about how to become a famous vlogger, how to become more successful, XYZ. His video is mainly talking about the reason people are successful in vlogging is because of their personality and because they are interesting. They're not doing interesting things, but they are interesting. A lot of things that people do in their videos can be very interesting, and that's really interesting content, as he explains, but that's not the reason people continue to watch or continue to subscribe or comment or like or whatever. It's because of the actual person in the video and not necessarily what they're doing. And I think he's 100% right. I think he's spot on. Because if you take a step back and you look at all these vloggers before they were big, but as they started to go on the rise, they may not have been jumping off giant mountaintops, paragliding, or riding helicopters around cities, or hiking up in the mountains, taking amazing photos. They might have just been everyday people going to and from work, but they had content ideas and they had the personality to make it happen on camera. So Peter's example of the sea-doo is phenomenal, where he talks about you sitting back watching a sea-doo commercial, you're watching it, you flip through it because you don't think twice of it until you see it again later on that same channel or on a different channel. But if you were to turn on the TV and see that same sea-doo commercial with your favorite vlogger or athlete or celebrity or YouTuber or whatever, if they are in that commercial, you're gonna sit down and watch that, not because of the content that's in it, but because of the person that is in that video. You're not watching it because of the jet skis, you're watching it because of that person, and them riding a jet ski is just a bonus. That's the content within the video. That is always very helpful. But it just goes to show people like Casey Neistat, when he first started vlogging, he wasn't flying helicopters everywhere and he wasn't flying first class everywhere. He was just so interesting and made it work to the point where he was able to add that content into his videos later. And people like Peter McKinnon, you go back to some of his older videos, he's not doing crazy stuff. He's just very interesting and has so much knowledge about cameras and so much knowledge about film and how to edit and how to just create better. And he was not just showing you how to do that, but he was implementing it in his own stuff. And that was so interesting to watch, tied into his personality. So his personality played with his content, but the reason he was growing so fast was because of the personality, not necessarily the things he was doing, if that makes sense. Even people like Jake Paul or Logan Paul, yeah, they started out on Vine and just kind of transferred, but again, it's not that they were doing crazy things or super exciting things, but rather to their fans, they were just incredibly interesting. And so Peter, thank you for making this video. Thank you for reminding people what it takes to be a vlogger. It doesn't take the most exciting, extravagant life. Obviously that helps. That's the reason I went from 14,000 subscribers to 40,000 in like a day, because I competed at the Olympics. But over the past year, I've kind of been off and on, haven't been doing videos that much, and lost 4,000 subscribers. But Peter, thank you so much for making this video, because it's definitely inspired me, and I know not just me, but others around the community, not necessarily to just be more interesting on camera, but to not get discouraged creating. Because after the Olympics and I saw those numbers drop, I started to get discouraged creating, because I would think to have my next video be as popular as the last, I had to do something that was going to top the last video, and that's not at all the case. The content is important, the content helps so much, but the main driving factor is the personality. It is just the person or the influencer in the video. So Peter, by making this video, you have definitely relit a fire in me, but not just me, many others in the community. So thank you for that. But again, it's just so important to remember that if you have the opportunity to do exciting things and make cool videos of you doing those things, do it, go for it, have a ball, just enjoy it and enjoy creating that. But if you don't have access to helicopter rides or traveling to New York or LA or somewhere in England or XYZ, don't let that get you down, because you can still make great content and grow and be successful where you're at. It doesn't take great cameras, it doesn't take great adventures or experiences, it just takes great ideas and your ability to pull that off where you're at. I mean, especially you look at people like Jack's films, like he's incredibly popular and he doesn't go on helicopter rides, he doesn't do all these crazy things like swimming with sharks. He literally makes videos reacting to people's comments, but he is just so good at it. He doesn't leave the living room for his videos, but it works and he's funny and his personality really draws that. So when I watch his videos, I'm not watching it because I know there's gonna be some crazy exciting thing happening. I'm watching it because I find him hilarious and I love his humor and I love the way he just produces content. That's just one example. There's a million examples, but Peter, directly to you, thank you for relighting a fire. Now that this video has officially been filmed once, attempted twice, I'm gonna edit it, post it for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new, be sure to hit subscribe, because I'm gonna try to be making one video a week, even though my channel banner says one every single day. I don't know how to change that. I'm not very like YouTube savvy anymore. I'll figure it out eventually, but one new video a week. I'm gonna try to stay on that, hold me accountable, or at least try to. I ask you guys that every time, and then you guys hold me accountable, and I'm like, nah fam, I need my own space and my own life, and I need to just like be hanging out. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to even take Peter's advice and my own advice to myself right now of the fact that I don't need exciting life experiences in the season I'm in. Rather, I just need to create and really, really just figure out ways where I can create something I love where I'm at without having to feel like I have to go somewhere extravagant to do something amazing. You can do amazing things where you're at, so I'm gonna try to do that. All right, I'm out. Peace.